Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss why Hyatt is the best hotel program in the points and miles game and why the praise that it is given is actually warranted. Recently, fellow YouTube colleague of mine, Luke Points and Miles, made a fantastic video showing how you can get yourself some awesome value with your Hilton Honors points and also taking advantage of the free night award certificates given by the Hilton credit cards. I imagine that the vast majority of the people who are watching my channel are already a fan of Luke's channel, but if you happen to not know about it, go check out Luke Points and Miles and please subscribe to his channel. He makes excellent content and he's almost at 20,000 subscribers. In Luke's video, he pokes fun at the World of Hyatt program and says that it doesn't warrant the praise that it gets. Now, I understand why he and many other people in the points and miles game may not see why Hyatt is as valuable as everyone says it is. But if you actually get deeper into the Hyatt program, you begin to understand why people are praising it so much and just how much value you can get for their points as compared to any other hotel program out there. But before I go into all the positive things that I like about Hyatt, let's go over the things that are negative that people will say about the World of Hyatt program when you compare it to something like the Hilton Honors program. Hilton has better credit cards. I agree with this. Hilton has the Aspire credit card, which is by far the best hotel credit card and also one of the best credit cards in the game. It is a super powered credit card and both Hyatt's credit cards don't even come close to this card. The Hilton Surpass and Business credit card are also better than the Hyatt credit cards. I would say that for the majority of people, they probably can actually end up getting themselves more value from actually having the Hilton Surpass or Business credit card as compared to the Hyatt Business credit card or the Hyatt Personal card. And the reason for this is going to be because the fact that you actually end up getting yourself gold status for having these cards. Additionally, you also get yourself Priority Pass lounge access, getting yourself 10 access passes. To have a $95 annual fee card and also get yourself 10 access passes to a Priority Pass ends up being a pretty good deal. Plus also, if you spend $15,000 on the Hilton Surpass card, you get yourself a free night award certificate, and the Hilton free night award certificates are the best in the game. The reason why I like the World of Hyatt credit card and I recommend it to people is because it is really easy to get yourself good value from having this card without really any work needing to be done. If you end up getting yourself the World of Hyatt credit card, you get a free night award certificate. All you have to do is just stay at a Hyatt hotel one time over $95 to get yourself positive value from having this card. If you wanted to, you could stock draw this card, only use it for that one purpose. Now, if you happen to want to use this card for everyday spend, this card isn't going to be the best earner, and I would recommend to use something like the Chase Sapphire Preferred instead of actually using the World of Hyatt credit card. The only way I'd recommend to use the World of Hyatt credit card is if you're going to spend $15,000 on this card to get yourself another free night award certificate and then also be able to get yourself elite nights if you're going for top tier status. And when you look at the status between these two programs, when it comes to Hyatt status, unless you have the top tier status, having Discoverist or Explorist, I don't think ends up being really worth pursuing. I'm not saying that it's bad to have it or that you wouldn't get yourself value from actually having these statuses, but I'm saying I wouldn't go out of my way to pursue either one of these levels of status. Whereas with the Hilton program, if you happen to want to get yourself gold status or top tier diamond status, you can easily get this just from applying for one of their credit cards. Hyatt doesn't get a 5th night free with points. They also have a small footprint as compared to Hilton hotels. These are the things that people will say when they talk about Hilton over Hyatt, and I agree with every single one of these. But now, let's have some fun. Let's talk about how Hyatt beats out all these other programs. So first, let's address average points values. Now, average points values are going to be based off of doing many random searches within these different programs and seeing what you end up getting as an average value when redeeming your points for either an award flight or an award stay. Now, I've redeemed airline miles for over 10 cents per point in value, but there's no points program that has airlines or hotels listed at over 10 cents per point in value when it comes to either the Points Guy or any other blog out there. And the reason for this is because while you may be able to get yourself higher than what the value is listed as, the average redemption for the majority of people isn't going to end up being at that high of a level. And for those who are newer into the game, if they happen to be looking for 10 cents per point in value when redeeming their airline miles, chances are they're probably going to be sitting around holding those airline miles for a long time unless they actually end up getting themselves deeper to understanding how to actually take advantage of the different partner programs. A great reason why I like cents per point valuations is because it gives you a base level value that you shouldn't go below for your points. So this is something that I do with my World of Hyatt points. I list my World of Hyatt points at 2 cents per point in value, and I try not to go below that. An example of this would end up being when I visited San Fran, I stayed at the Hyatt Centric, and for some weird reason, the Hyatt Centric had the hotel at only being about $150 a day, but this ended up being a Category 5 hotel, and it was actually going to end up being 20,000 points each day to stay there. So if I stayed there, I actually would have been getting myself less than 1 cent per point in value for my points, which means that it would actually end up being a bad redemption if I decide to use my World of Hyatt points for this hotel stay. But when I stayed at the Eliza Jane Hotel in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, this hotel at the time was a Category 4 hotel, and it actually would have cost over $500 a night to stay at this hotel. Now for this trip, I got myself roughly 4 cents per point in value for my World of Hyatt points. Now, can anyone in recent time tell me that I got anywhere near 4 cents per point in value for the Hilton Honors points? Oh wait. Both of these programs are partnered with big banks that allow you to transfer over your points to these different programs. With Hilton, you have the American Express Membership Rewards Program, and then with the World of Hyatt, you have the Chase Ultimate Rewards Program. I and most other YouTubers and bloggers will tell you that it is going to be wiser to earn yourself points with these big banks for transferable currencies as compared to using the credit cards for everyday spend that is connected either with an airline or either one of these hotel programs. And while it may have not have been best value for me to use my points from Chase to transfer over to Hyatt for my San Francisco stay, most of the time, when you actually do transfer your points from the Chase Ultimate Reward Program over to the World of Hyatt program, you're gonna get yourself good value for your points. And good value for me is above what you consider the base level value for your points. So if I consider my World of Hyatt points as being 2 cents per point, I wanna get above that, and that would be considered good value. However, when you look at programs like IHG, Marriott, and Hilton, when you actually are looking to transfer over your points to these other programs, unless you're taking advantage of a 5th night free or a very generous transfer bonus, usually it's actually gonna be better value if you actually just cash out your points and either buy points with that program or use that cash to actually make a cash booking with your hotel credit card. Because if you're getting yourself less than 1 cent per point in value, if you cash out the points at least 1 cent per point in value and then use the best hotel credit card connected with that specific hotel, you're gonna be earning points because it is a cash booking and also earning additional points with that hotel specific credit card. But when you actually end up redeeming your points, you don't earn any points. So this actually has to be calculated into the equation. Now, this doesn't make any of these programs bad, but you may not be getting good value for your transferable currencies if you transfer it over to many of these hotel programs. I actually know some people who are deep in the points and miles game who refuse to transfer any of their transferable currencies over to a hotel program because they know that the value that they're gonna be getting for a hotel stay as compared to a business or first class flight isn't even close. The only one that can come close is going to be the World of Hyatt program. Now, this isn't the case for me because I actually value staying at nice hotels and I don't feel like paying the price of what a nice hotel is going to cost. So what I normally do is with my American Express points, I transfer those over to airline programs to get myself business and first class flights. And with my Chase Ultimate World points, I mainly just transfer those over to the World of Hyatt program so I can get some awesome hotel stays. Now, on average, Hilton Honors points are gonna give you 0.6 cents per point in value. However, when used strategically and at aspirational properties, you can get yourself double the value of those points. But when you end up looking at Hyatt hotel points, on average, you're gonna get yourself 2 cents per point in value. But when you actually end up using these strategically and also at aspirational properties, you can get yourself a whole lot more. Aspirational properties are typically going to be the ones that are going to give you the best cents per point in value due to how outrageous the ticket price could actually end up being to stay at these specific hotels. Now, if you actually end up looking at one within the World of Hyatt program, such as like the Park Hyatt Paris Verdun, this property is an absolutely gorgeous property that is a Category 8 within the World of Hyatt program. So it's going to cost on standard nights 40,000 points, and then on peak 45,000, off peak 35,000. So the most that this hotel will ever cost can end up being 45,000 points. If you want to stay at the Park Hyatt Verdun, it's going to cost over $1,900 a day to stay there. So if you end up using the 45,000 points for a night that costs over $1,900 in value, you're gonna get yourself over 4 cents per point in value for your World of Hyatt points. Right there, we doubled the value that most people consider for their World of Hyatt points. And for a lot of Hyatt hotels, you don't even need to go to some of these top tier aspirational hotels to get yourself 3 or 4 cents per point in value. Many of even just the Hyatt Regencies or Grand Hyatts can also end up giving you 4 cents or above in value for your points. But we can do even better than doubling the value of the points. Hyatt actually has a great power that not that many people know about, where if you actually end up using cash and also points for a suite upgrade, you can actually end up getting yourself some crazy value for your points. So many airline and hotel programs will give you the option of doing cash plus points. Now, usually it's not really that good of a deal. There are a couple of programs that if you understand how to use this, you can actually get yourself some good value by doing this, but typically you don't end up getting yourself great value for your points when you end up doing this. Usually you just end up doing this because you don't have enough points to be able to make for the full redemption, so you'd rather just pay cash for the remainder so you can actually end up doing this award booking. However, with the World of Hyatt program, the awesome power you can do with their points is that you can use it for a room upgrade to either a standard suite or a premium suite. Now, not every single Hyatt hotel will have this as an option, but if it is an option, you can get yourself some phenomenal value for your World of Hyatt points. So just for a little bit more clarification, when you see this as an option, it's going to be 6,000 World of Hyatt points to upgrade to a standard suite or 9,000 World of Hyatt points to upgrade to a premium suite. An example of this is a property that I'm thinking about staying at next year, and this is going to be the Grand Hyatt in Malaysia. This property looks really nice. It is only a category 3 within the World of Hyatt program, which means that it would cost 12,000 points for a standard room. Now, I looked at how much it would cost each night as a member to stay at this hotel. It was going to be only $135 plus taxes and fees, which mean that this would actually end up being a bad use for me to redeem my World of Hyatt points because I'm looking to get myself at least 2 cents per point in value. But if I decide to take advantage of the ability to redeem my World of Hyatt points for a suite upgrade, I could stay in the Grand Executive Suite, and this is going to be $150 a day plus 9,000 points each night. As a World of Hyatt member, the Grand Executive Suite costs almost $1,000 a night. So if I was to stay here for 5 nights, it would cost me $4,870. However, since Hyatt has this ability to use your points for a suite upgrade, it's only going to cost me $150 a day, and then after taxes and fees, it would cost me $791 and 45,000 World of Hyatt points. If you subtract the $791 from the $4,870, you come up with a grand total of $4,079. Now, if you actually end up dividing that from the 45,000 World of Hyatt points, that means that with the World of Hyatt points, with this redemption, you're going to be in yourself over 9 cents per point in value for your World of Hyatt points. That is insane value for any hotel program's points, and also more value than a lot of people are going to be getting when they redeem their Chase Ultimate Reward points for a business class flight. Talk about knocking off Aunt Connie's socks. This is the power of Hyatt points. Now, some people who are watching might say, well, you had to do a cash and points booking to get this insane value. The thing about the points and miles game is that many of the awards that we are going to be booking is going to be cash and points. When you're looking at redeeming your airline miles, especially for a business class flight over to Europe, there's going to be taxes and fees that are going to be added onto it. And what we always do is we always subtract the cash that is required. And then when you end up looking at the remaining balance, you divide that from the points, and that gives you the cent per point value. This is exactly what I did when I flew on Iberia in business class from Madrid over to Los Angeles. There was somewhere between maybe like $100 to $150 in taxes and fees. I subtracted that amount, and then I ended up looking at how many points was left over as compared to the ticket cost for that business class flight, and that is how I was able to get my cents per point value. This is exactly what I'm doing for this Hyatt hotel redemption. So if you happen to have a problem with how I am calculating this Hyatt hotel redemption, getting 9 cents per point in value, then we need to come up with a new system to calculate redemptions. I highly recommend for anyone who's staying at Hyatt hotels, and you have this as an option, and you want to have a guaranteed premium suite without having to pay the ridiculous amount of either points or cash that would be required to take advantage of this ability, because you can end up getting yourself some insane value. Now, all the things that I've named so far in this video that are great about Hyatt are just from being a basic member. You don't even need to have a World of Hyatt credit card to take advantage of these different sweet spots. You can actually just use your Chase Ultimate Rewards earning credit cards, transfer over those points to the World of Hyatt program, and be able to get yourself decent value for your points. But if you have to have top tier status within the World of Hyatt program, such as myself being a globalist, the amount of value you end up getting as a globalist is even greater. I'm not gonna do a full comparison because that could be a whole nother video in itself, but just the things you end up getting when you actually become a full Hyatt globalist, suite upgrade awards guaranteed. I used one of my certificates at the Thompson Hotel in Madrid. I booked this hotel in November of 2022 and had a suite guaranteed for August of 2023. I stayed there for 7 nights, and it cost me 105,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points to stay at this, at the time, Category 4 hotel. The suite that I stayed in cost close to $1,000 each night. So to have this for 7 nights, giving me close to $7,000 in value for 105,000 points is pretty darn incredible. Now, before I end this video, I just want to say that Hilton is actually my #2 hotel, and I actually really like Hilton properties. And when it comes to in-person recommending hotel programs and credit cards, I probably recommend Hilton just as much as I recommend Hyatt. We all have different programs that work out best for us in our situation. But if you were to ask me, I would say that Marriott is a good program. Hilton is a great program. But Hyatt is king. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below, which hotel program do you believe is best? And why do you feel like that one is the best hotel program? Now, if you happen to have any questions about the World of Hyatt program, drop it down in the comment section down below, and I'll do the best I can to answer it. And if you happen to be interested in any credit cards, check out my referral links in the description box. If you decide to use them, it will really help out the channel, and I'll be incredibly thankful for your support. And if you happen to really like this video, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace.